Hey guys, Pawnce here. In the game I just seem to keep coming back to Path of Exile. Now it's been a little while since I played, but I don't know. I just kind of got the urge to play it again, especially with that new, what is this, the Bloodlines League release now. So I'm a bit late to the party. I'm just starting 2 days ago, and it's a month in. But I want to talk about my Flame Blast build concept. As you can see in my notepad fancy editing above, you can see roughly what I'm going for. It's not a completely finished build because I want to get to kind of a bit further before I finalize everything I want, but I have a pretty good idea of just the general direction I'm going. So it's basically a Flame Blast Tank-Mage. I get super tanky and just kind of sit there and charge up my Flame Blast spell. And I'm going to show off what Flame Blast does in a minute, just so you guys can see it. But before I actually start going around killing things and show you what the build does, I'm going to show you how the build actually looks. But first, just reading off Flame Blast. Definitely going to go with Iron Will, Spell Echo, Fire Pen, possibly Chance to Ignite. And then beyond that, I'm not sure if I want something like Faster Casting, Conk Effect, maybe an increased radius, but I doubt it. Conk Effect is the one I'm really not sure about because I want to just kind of experiment with it and see how small it actually shrinks the radius down to. Because Conk Effect makes your damage go nuts if you can fit it in there. Curse is pretty straightforward. Flammability, I might work in Enduring Cry to automatically go off of, the damage on hit or whatever stuff. We'll see how that works out. And for auras, again, I'm not too sure about how mana regen is going to be super late game, so I might go with a Clarity, I might not. Maybe throw a Determination, or, some stuff like that in there. We'll worry about that later. So to give you, this actually character is in Hardcore League, not the new league. I have a level 48 version of this build. I was trying it at the end of the previous Beyond League, and then the league ended, so I never completed this build, which is why I'm actually wanting to play it in the new Bloodlines League. So just to show you what the end game build is supposed to look like here. This is the Path of Exile skill tree, of course, and for those of you familiar with it, you can probably see it's going mostly, focusing a lot very heavily on just sort of HP nodes and getting as tanky as possible. A lot of strength, which will feed into Iron Will, so I don't need to worry about spell damage too much. Now I do have some damage nodes here and there. For example, there's like where is it? Here's some basic fire nodes. A lot of the early Templar stuff just gives pretty good early on damage. I'm getting as much cast speed as is humanly possible, just because Flame Blast, as you'll see in a moment, is kind of annoying in terms of how slow it charges up, especially early on when the Iron Will is slightly, at a lower level, and it debuffs your cast speed a bit more. Now these things are interesting. They're kind of new passives that they've been introduced since the rework after I stopped playing, so it's kind of neat to have these new things here. You can read those for yourself, but yeah, extra damage when stuff has a status effect on it, stuff like that. So yeah, this might be neat since I'm again a tank mage with a heavy shield. I believe Unwavering Stance makes it so you don't get flinched when you actually block with the shield. But other than that, this is the one unique I guess would like. I don't worry about the uniques too much. I mean, maybe there's even better than this, but my sort of attitude towards uniques is if I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. So I'm not going to worry about them too much. So yeah, just in terms of what the gear I currently have, none of it's particularly good. I'll just sort of mouse over everything quickly, just sort of basic mid-level stuff. In terms of the spell here, yeah, I'm running, where is it? Yeah, Flame Blast. Currently I have an Iron Will, Fire Pen, and Chance to Ignite, just because it's just what I have right now. I really want the Spell Echo, but I don't actually have it yet, so or I never actually ended up getting it in the league last time around. And so, yeah, so I have a bunch of stuff hooked up to reduce mana. And my gear is actually generally not very good. I mean, it's not terrible, but as you can see, it's just very basic mid-level stuff. And so I'm going to go over here and show off the... Oh, let's do a new version of this thing. So a new version. So just to show what the spell does for those who are not familiar, Flame Blast, it's wherever I click on the screen, will charge up like so and then explode. Flame Blast starts off as a small, tiny, crappy burst. This does like very little damage, but the longer you charge, it actually starts doing a lot of damage. So, unfortunately, you got to sit there and channel it, which is why I'm a tank mage, because I can sit there and basically tank pretty much anything, and he just goes boom, and I'll kill it like that. Superior. That's kind of interesting. So let's find a really big group of guys here. So of course I have a lot of health regen, so I can stand in the middle of packs. And then I stand in the middle of them. I can charge it as long as I want, and then couple ammo. And I got pretty good mana regen, so I can just do that. Stand in the middle and charge it. Now this spell is a little bit weird. It takes a bit of time to get used to, but once you're used to it, you get a pretty good sense of how long it takes to charge. where you can stand and sort of efficiently kite out, and then just kind of place it here, and then it'll hit as many as possible. I could have actually placed that a bit further out, and then that guy would have died too. But so there you have it. That's basically the idea behind the build, and especially once I get Spell Echo, this is going to work so much better, and I won't have to sit there charging for a million years every time. But yeah, that's kind of it. I might actually stream Path of Exile again, because like I said, I really do enjoy Path of Exile. It's a game I always keep coming back to, even after these big, long breaks. So, always something new to do in this game. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you around. Oops, wrong thing. There we go.